Good evening, Noel Gallagher.
All right, mate.
How are you, Noel Gallagher?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Well, I'm happy. But
No,
listen,
did you watch the game, Noel?
Hold on, before we talk football, where in the world are you, Noel?
I'm still in Australia, in Melbourne.
And is it sunny? Is it raining? Are you in your room? Are you bored?
It's very sunny. I'm not bored yet. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Do you sunbathe? No, I can't really imagine you going to the pool in your Speedos sunbathing.
I'll get someone else to do that for me.
You're not joking either.
I've got a little guy who goes out with the Speedos on, gets a tan for me, and then comes back in a few hours.
Did you say,
there you go.
You broke up. You said you got a little guy in your Speedos. Is that what you said?
Just the two, yes.
Listen, as always, thanks for coming on. A strange result, although usually you don't do well at Goodison, so it wasn't that much of a shock, was it?
No, not really. I mean, I don't think any City fans going down there tonight would have. If we'd have won, we would have been elated, but we never do well there. You know, you could have picked that result tonight. Out of all of them, that would have been a banker for me. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. What can you do? The next one will be Stoke away. We'll get beat there as well, but as long as we keep winning the home games, we'll be all right, I think.
No, just Roberto Mancini come on we had a little bit on the radio saying we didn't prepare for the game properly. We thought it'd be a lot easier than what it was. That's weird.
I heard that, but I think he's probably taking his players out of the firing line, because if that's the case, then he might as well put a big sign on his head that says "sack me."
Because it shows inexperience.
Everton's always a tough game.
I mean, I don't believe for a second, after having the weekend off, because we weren't in the cup, that they've not prepared for that game properly. He's just taking the heat off the players. There is no way. I mean, this guy's won.
Do you think they might give him too many days off? You know, something like that.
Well,
no.
yeah,
they might give him 4 days off.
Yeah, well, you could have. I don't know, but I can't for the life of me see. Those players are professionals. They would have prepared. They would have prepared properly, I would have thought. I just think that's nonsense.
I've got to get your view on Tevez now. We got it last week when City were flying high, so to speak. They're level on points now with United, although they do have a better goal difference. There's still no way in your mind whatsoever that if you're lacking firepower, you're taking back.
Okay, firstly, you're level on points with us.
Okay,
right?
Yes.
We're not level on points with you.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Right. So let's get that straight.
Okay. Both clubs are level on points.
No, they was there first.
Tevez, I told you Tevez 6 months ago wouldn't be going anywhere. And yet you went through the charade of that window and all that nonsense. He's not going to go until the summer, and he won't go until they get 35 million euros. The end.
But I wouldn't say worried, but I can understand Man City fans being worried if the lack of firepower. I mean, tonight you didn't score a goal, and you've got someone that is, without doubt, a class striker who's not even in the squad.
But he's been on the beach for 4 months, hasn't he? Whatever he's been doing. I don't really think it's an option. I mean, we don't know what's gone on behind the scenes, but if you're, I mean, I don't know, I mean, they're both hot-headed characters, Mancini and Tevez. The damage has been done there. There is no way on God's green earth he's playing for City again. I just can't see it. I can't see it. And yeah, I mean, you know, in an ideal world, if Tevez would have, I mean, I've said this before, if he would have gone on that night in Munich, he'd be in the starting 11 now, because Dzeko ain't doing it, do you know what I mean? And we'd probably be 18 points clear. But I've said it a million times, his agent is a tricky customer, and he wants to keep moving him on, because that's where the cash is. Now, I don't think, if he goes back to City, I don't think he'll, I mean, symbolically, he's not left, but I don't think he'll ever go back to City.
We know how important Yaya Toure is to your team as well. Does this highlight it even more now?
Well, I think any club in Europe are going to miss. You know, both me and Yaya are away on international duty, and you know, I think I'm back next week, and then it's only a couple of weeks after that Yaya comes back. So I'll steady the ship when I get back next week, and then when Yaya gets back, the procession will be on to the Championship. So, you know, all is not lost.
And also Kolo Toure, because at the moment I think he'll get a game as well, wouldn't he? No?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. I don't know. Vinny and Les got a pretty solid. Yeah, I thought so. I don't know. Yeah, I'd have thought Vinny and Les got a pretty solid. Yeah. I'm not sure about this Pizarro.
I was going to ask that. You and I spoke earlier on this morning about him, and is he 31, 32 years old?
I'm not sure. I mean, because we're not exactly short of numbers in midfield. We've got about 8 midfielders. It's not like he's a 20 goals a season midfielder. I mean, unless they just bought him playing the Europa League while he rests Silva and Nasri, I don't know. Well, that seems a strange one to me. You'd have thought he'd gone out and got a centre forward, wouldn't you?
Were you surprised that they didn't buy big in this transfer window? I mean, predominantly, not a lot of clubs do in the January one.
I'm not surprised he didn't buy like a permanent, like a 30 million striker, because all the good ones are taken up now. But I thought if you're going to get somebody on loan, a midfielder, we've got plenty of those. We've got 8 or 9 of those. Good ones and all, do you know what I mean? It's not as if we're lacking in that area.
Let me just get your view now. I don't know if, excuse me, I don't know if where you are, you're getting all the football results. I'm guessing so, because this is the 21st century. Get your views on a few other results that came in. Spurs beat Wigan 3-1.
That was the big game on Australian television. We'll work that one out. Do you know what I mean?
And Chelsea,
City and United are going for the title, and they put Tottenham and Wigan on Australian television. Not a clue over here.
Yeah, that was strange. But listen, a good result.
Tottenham and Wigan, you could have picked that result. I think all the results went according to plan tonight. United owns Stoke. Stoke play every single ground in the country, apart from when they go Old Trafford, when they just don't even bother turning up. Chelsea.
Swansea, Swansea. They drew 1-0 with Chelsea, and Chelsea just nicked it in the last minute, a deflected goal as well.
Yeah, they sounded like. I mean, they sounded unlucky, but Chelsea, it's over. Forget them. It's over. That kid will be going back to Portugal by next season.
Do you think so? You don't think ABB will be there at the start of next season?
No, he's the David Brent of the Premier League, isn't he? He is. He's always talking about tacticalisation and the philosophy, and he's just nonsense. He's nonsense.
Well, he made a big decision tonight. He had Cahill, they just bought, and he's left him on the bench again. John Terry was out injured.
Well, no. I mean, obviously you're buying Cahill because he's going to replace John Terry in some respect, because John Terry's getting old now, and it's like, well, you'd have thought that'd be the ideal game. Swansea are a footballing side. He's pretty good on the deck, Cahill. It's not like he's playing Stoke away, you know what I mean? And they're going to be under pressure all night. He's a nonsense character, that manager.
It was a strange result. It was a strange result. I'm amazed they nicked it as well, and Ashley Cole got sent off right towards the end as well. Wolves nil.
But that wasn't Everton's goal a major deflection as well, though?
Well, I suppose when Gibson hit it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but they all count now. Don't moan about it.
No, listen, I'm not moaning about it. I'm sat here looking at wild kangaroos. I'm not moaning about it.
Is that on the telly or out your window?
It's out the window.
Oh, okay. It was a heavily deflected goal. But hey ho.
And it's worse that it was.
Darren Gibson.
as well,
I know,
right?
yeah. And Phil Neville was in the team as well.
Explain this to me.
Go on.
Why is his name spelled Darron?
I can't. If I'm being honest, I can't. I'm guessing it's a bit like Darren Brown is spelt with an E and not a. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's always weirded me out. That. Anyway, carry on.
Darren. I don't know. Someone out there will know.
Darron
Gibson.
Darron Gibson.
Yeah.
Strange.
It is bizarre. Wolves lost at home 3-0 to Liverpool, and Andy Carroll scored.
Yeah, Andy Carroll back with a pop. Good for him.
Listen, Noel, thank you so much for coming on. What's your plan for the rest of the day? Are you playing tonight, or are you going to have some fun, or what?
I played last night. I'm going to go and throw myself under a kangaroo this afternoon, I think.
Is that a sexual term, or actually?
It might be in Essex, mate. Not where I come from.
Is it going well out there? You enjoying it?
Yeah, it's great. I'm having a great time. I love. I don't know if you've been out here, but it's an insane country. It's absolute. The news channels over here, it's like some spoof flash show kind of show. This should be called Aussie News. It's madness. But I do like it. It's great.
What about the spider? One of the things that puts me off there is I don't like the spiders, and they're huge. Have you encountered any of those?
You do see a few. I was in a car once going from Melbourne to some gig about 40 miles away, and a spider was in the car when we left, and we somehow managed to get it out the window of a speeding car up a motorway. And on the way back, we found it clinging to the roof.
How big was it?
About 9. It was huge. It's about the size of. Said the actress to the bishop. Yeah, it's about the size of a small mouse. Do you know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say man.
No. Size of a small mouse, but you know, you don't have to eat them.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much. A real pleasure, pal. I'll speak to you soon. Have a safe journey back as well.
Cheers, Noel.
Thanks,
All right,
mate.
in a bit.